Hey y'all, I wanted to let you know, like I said, I now I got a Facebook, you know, and I've been getting lots of friend requests and whatnot, kind of having fun with it too. But if you send me a friend request and there's no profile pic, you know, funny name, stuff like that, I'm not going to accept it. Because I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that, you know, like to do weird stuff and mess with people. So if you, you know, if you send me a friend request, like I say, if you don't have a profile pic and, you know, all the little stuff like that that most people have on their Facebook page, I'm not going to accept, because next, you know, I'll end up having some jerkwad or something on there causing trouble with people and whatnot. So, excuse me. I just wanted to get that one out real quick. Okay, friends, story time while we're driving out to get parts. And it's probably going to be a fairly quick one because the AC's not working and it's getting kind of warm in here. Maybe I can roll the back window down and get some airflow. Anyway, so you all have seen my lunch pail. Inside my lunch pail, I get my 6-pack of dew. Got my little freezy thing in there so my dews will stay cold during the summer. A couple candy bars, sandwich, you know, whatever, typical lunch. Anyways, little Igloo Playmate. Little Playmate Igloo. The best lunch pail ever with side button. Top button sucks, because when you're putting them on the rigging and they're coming back, chokers can hit that top button, flip it open, bye-bye lunch. Backpacks work alright, but still not as cool as a side button little Igloo. Anyway, so they're pretty hard to find. Most of the time nowadays, you go to your secondhand stores, you can't find them, garage sales, so on and so forth. Anyway, so the story is going to come back to my lunch pail here in a bit. I was working on the rigging with old Stacy for a different logging outfit. That's how I met Stacy, is I was tending hook for a guy, and Stacy had his yarder up in the high country and they got snowed in, or snowed out. So he was out of work for a couple of months waiting for the snow to melt, and he ended up coming to work for us, stay in shape and whatnot. So, and I've worked with him in a couple of different outfits like that, and then, like I say, I cataloged during the summer for him, or on the weekends, for years. God, I did every weekend for 11 months straight. Anyways, back to the story. So, it was just me and Stacy out on the rigging, because I'm pretty sure Stacy ran off the rest of the help. So, he's got to go to the bathroom. And anybody that's went poo in the woods knows that it's not all that great of an experience to begin with. You know, and then you add in the factor that uneven ground, bugs, you know, and you got to get your suspenders and pull them up in between and get humped down. And Stacy's a pretty good sized guy, so and when he was going through his separation, he was drinking pretty hard, really hard, so he wasn't quite solid in that area. So anyways, he goes over to go to the bathroom, and I happen to have just enough time in between turns. I start throwing sticks at him and whatnot. And so I snuck over there, and here he is, you know, and you guys seen Stacy, he's a big guy, and he gets bent down into position. Really wouldn't take all that much to push him over. So I'm a ha-ha and a tee in and trying to push him over backwards into his own stuff. And he can't do anything. He's got his suspenders in one hand and he's trying to hang on to a stump in the other. And he's getting pretty excited. If he'd ever got a hold of me, he'd have hurt me real bad. So Riggin comes back, so I gotta leave him alone and go over and set chokers. So he gets back and he's like, all right, I'll get you. Well, some time goes by and I decide I'm ready for lunch. So I call for my lunch bag. Well, the way we would do it was we'd work side to side. So when the rigging had come back, if I had presets out on the ground, then I would stop it and clamp it and slack it down, and Stacy would grab the chokers and take off, and then I would take the T-bar and go send my turn. And then the next time it comes back, Stacy would stop it and clamp it, and I would take my chokers and go preset them, and he'd send his turn side to side, 2 rigging singers. So it just happened to be that for me, it works out that when it's my chokers is the best time to get my lunch pail too, because it comes down, I grab my chokers, I step over to the side, grab my lunch pail, take off. Now I could have done it when it was my tea, but then I'd be carrying my, so anyways, so I call for my lunch pail and they pick it up and they start shipping it back. And like I say, I kind of would have thought he'd forgot about it, but he didn't. So it's coming back and we're out there 600, 700, 800 feet, so far enough the carriage gets cruising along, pretty fast. It's coming back, and it dawned on me at just the second. I was like, oh God. Well, he doesn't stop the yarder. He just blows a clamp to the car, so the carriage is still full speed. And it's pretty rough on the clamps to do that. So anyways, the clamp closes and it comes to a dead stop, and it's shaking so hard, it rips the lid of my lunch pail off, and everything just goes flying. Well, we had probably, 60 foot left, so everything goes flying. My pops are spraying because as soon as they hit the logs or whatever, it pinches a can and starts spraying soda pop everywhere. And he immediately starts chuckling and he's like, told you I'd get you back. I was like, damn it. So, and like I say, sending the lunch pails, I would never. I've seen guys that would eat lunch and then would get the rigging back, put their lunch pails and their backpacks and everything on and send the rigging in with no turn. And I'm like, oh no, that rigging's going in, it better have a turn on it. So anyways, I always made sure that anytime I seen one of those little lunch pails that I would pick them up, because when you're sending your lunches in on the carriage, they will get hammered. So I had a couple of spare ones, but the point to it is, I probably should have waited. I should have got the lunch back when it was my T-bar, and I probably should have waited a few days before letting Stacy have control of my lunch pail after I tried to push him down in his own poo. So, alright, you guys stay safe, get logs,